Welcome to I Love This Thing So Frigging Much, a podcast about passion. My name is Sophie Katz, and today I am joined by Ben Federle, a recent business graduate of the University of Minnesota. Welcome to the show, Ben.
Thank you, Sophie.
So, here is how this works. Ben will have 3 minutes to talk about something that he loves. This can be a person, place, thing, concept, activity, anything he wants. Our only requirement is that he loves it wholeheartedly and wants to tell us why. Are you ready, Ben?
I am.
Good. Got my timer here. Now, what do you love so frigging much?
Perfect. So, when I was first posed with this question, I had no idea. But the one thing that I freaking love so much was. And so I was laying in bed one day, and I usually think about like the good things, the bad things, and what I look forward to in the different times throughout the day and what I'm looking forward to tomorrow. And so this constant thought that I have is I'm excited to eat breakfast tomorrow morning. And then it hit me that this was the thing that I wanted to talk about because I love to eat breakfast food. And so this realization that I love to eat breakfast food started freshman year of college. And I first started on a dieting program where I counted my macronutrients, which are carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. And I would always, in the beginning, finish all of the calories for the day, and I would get hungry at night. But the one thing that kept me going was that I knew breakfast would hit very hard the next day. And so I ended up doing this diet for about a year and then stopped. But what's nice about diets is they have lasting impacts on how you go about the rest of your life and how you decide to eat, or at least that's what happened to me. And so one of the big things that came from it is I still like to go to bed hungry because it motivates me to want to make a good breakfast, and then afterwards motivates me to have a productive day. And so throughout quarantine, this has been especially something that I look forward to since there's not a lot that happens during quarantine. And so also going along with this is cooking has been kind of a hobby of mine recently. And so I've been experimenting with a bunch of different foods. And so I think that 2 foods that I like cooking the most for breakfast are avocado toast and pancakes. And so I kind of want to talk about some of the different variations that I've tried because they hit very nicely in the morning. I always have a smile on my face when I'm eating. And so for me, typical avocado toast is like a type of bread, either bread or a bagel. And sometimes I like to spice it up a little bit. I'll either do like a one-eyed sailor, which is where you crack an egg in the middle of the bread, or have French toast or a tortilla, and you use that as the base. Then you put in a slice of cheese, an egg, usually over easy, some hot sauce. I really like this sauce called harissa from...
Go ahead and finish your thought.
Okay, I'll quickly finish the avocado toast. Harissa, and then sometimes like some meat like turkey or pastrami, and then the avocado mix. But yeah, it's delicious. I love eating it in the morning. And I ran out of time a lot quicker.
That's okay. Thank you for telling us about eating breakfast.
Yeah.
I'm all hungry now. So why don't we start with, because you said you also love eating pancakes. So tell us about, what do you put on your pancakes?
Yeah, so it's actually not necessarily what I put on them, but what goes into the pancakes. Because I'm used to making regular pancakes, but then recently I've been playing around with the ingredients, especially since my mom, she would make these ricotta pancakes. So instead of all of the flour that goes into it, you fill it up with ricotta cheese, and they actually taste better than a real pancake. And I tested this out with my roommates because they didn't believe me, so I gave them it, and they were very pleasantly surprised. And then also another one is, I think I saw this on TikTok because that has also been something that I've been looking at recently, especially with my hobby of cooking, but there's this, you can make pancakes with just bananas and eggs. You mash up bananas and eggs together, and then you throw them on the stovetop, and they work out and they taste delicious, which is just, it blows my mind. But I tried it and it works.
That banana and eggs pancakes, I actually might have to try that. That's fascinating.
Yeah. And those are the only 2 ingredients you need.
Nice and easy then. For you, you mentioned you have these 2 as your favorites things to have for breakfast. Is breakfast more you have your routine, you have your recipes that you like to do, or how much time do you spend like experimenting with different kinds of breakfast food?
Yeah, so recently it's just been me waking up, and then whatever I'm feeling or whatever food I have on hand, I'll try to make and then spice it up from there, because with like the different variations in the bread, like for the base of avocado toast, like either making French toast or having like a tortilla base or the one-eyed sailor, that's pretty nice. But I've recently been looking up different recipes, and there's a few things that I want to start cooking in the next few days that I've never done before. And some of them are like quiche toast cups, baked egg boats, breakfast bars, and then there's this thing called tater tot omelet bites. You use like the muffin tins to make a lot of these. So,
ooh.
Yeah, seems exciting.
Yeah, sounds delicious.
As
you've been talking, I keep thinking about, you remember those old Cartoon Network commercials that were all about how breakfast is the most important meal of the day? Would you agree with those?
I don't know. I think that it depends on the mindset that you have around breakfast. Because if some people can survive without eating breakfast, but breakfast for me, it like wakes me up throughout the day, and after I've had that, I know that it's like time to move on to other things that are productive as well. So I think that makes it a productive time, and then it also starts up your metabolism for the day. But some people pick up breakfast as like drinking water to get the metabolism running. Then also lunch and dinner are very important as well, because there's just a whole bunch of different food variations. So it's kind of like whatever food makes you the happiest to eat, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
At least that's my variation of it.
No, I like that. I know for me, if I don't eat breakfast, then I'm hungry and that's all I can think about for a while. But I know with other people, they don't eat breakfast because then they won't get hungry until later, and that's just how their body works.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting that you bring that up, because also for me, I've been making like much bigger breakfasts because it has been helping me stay satisfied throughout the day and not hungry. So,
did you have any like childhood favorite breakfast foods? Because I know for me, when we got to have Reese's Puffs, because usually we had healthier breakfast, but if I got to have Reese's Puffs, that was a really good day. Do you have any childhood favorites?
Yeah, definitely Reese's Puffs too. For cereal, I just remember always wanting to go to my friend's house to get like a whole bowl of Reese's Puffs. But I think what else is because grandparents would take us out to breakfast all the time, and we'd always get like these giant chocolate chip pancakes, and either my dad or my grandparents would cut them up for us into like these little squares, and I just remember that was so good and so delicious. Yeah, I would say that that's probably my biggest one, was at Heinemann's.
When they would make the clown faces on the pancakes with the bananas.
Clown faces, the Mickey Mouse face pancakes, chocolate chips, yeah.
So many of my favorite things in one plate.
That's very true.
Ben, thank you so much for telling us about something you love today.
Yeah, no problem. I'm glad to be on here.
And thank you, our listeners, for tuning in today. If you would like to learn more about eating breakfast or our guest, Ben, you can find his social media information in the episode description. And don't forget to use the hashtag #LoveThisThingCast to tell us about the things you love. I Love This Thing So Frigging Much is a production of Through the Window Media. This episode was directed by Sophie A. Katz and edited by Melissa Block. You can find us at Through the Window on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or Tumblr. That is THROU, the window, at all those social media sites. Be good to yourself, be kind to each other, and you'll hear from us again soon.